Deathly Hallows. It's worth 2 movies. I don't believe it should be.
Hi, so this next episode we're talking about the Deathly Hallows, which is the final book in the Harry Potter series, and ultimately it kind of culminates, obviously, in the conflict between Harry Potter and Voldemort. But in between the beginning of the book and that kind of ultimate climax, you see him traveling around throughout the countryside, kind of trying to gather more information about the Horcruxes and the Deathly Hallows. So essentially, it's kind of a lot of like traveling around, and interesting is compared to the other books, it's not primarily set at Hogwarts as a setting, which is very interesting. It was actually very difficult for me as a kid who was reading this book. It was very difficult for me to accept that like the setting wouldn't be at Hogwarts.
But although they do eventually go back to Hogwarts, and it turns out that Neville and Ginny and Luna have been kind of holding down the fort.
That's really what the story builds up to, ultimately, is the conflict between Harry Potter facing off against Voldemort and the power of kind of love versus the power of this kind of hatred and fear that's been kind of mongering this group of people and the wizarding community for the past few years. She'll go to bed, another 20 minutes later, she'll go to bed. I'll keep talking to you about Harry Potter. Listen.
Harry Potter was so important to us. But, like, you're the best fucking person to get on this for this specific season.
Oh, this is a cute moment. This is a cute moment, guys. It's being on film. Like, this is what Harry Potter's about, right, guys?
Right.
Because it's like the power of love, though. Because Harry gives the Felix Felicis potion to his friends rather than to himself, because he accepts that his own death is somewhat inevitable. And that's like a crazy thing that even like a 17 or 18-year-older would have to kind of accept, because Harry hasn't lived a full life. He hasn't been able to live a life that's separate from the conflict with Voldemort, that's separate from this kind of joint soul personality that he's created. And so it's really sad that he kind of feels like he has to kind of give himself up in order to win this war for all these other people who he loves and who's fighting for him. And so that's why the kind of climax is really important, because it's really his love ultimately for all of these people and these like individuals that he has met and that we as readers and he as Harry have gotten to know over the last 7 books. It's his love for these people and these institutions that really protects them and that wins out in the end and that keeps most of them from dying in the climactic scene.
Thank you so much to Melissa Beast for coming on. It was the best. You know so much more about Harry Potter than I do.
I don't know about that.
And also Sam fell asleep like halfway through. So.
But isn't she lovely?
Isn't she lovely?
Halfway through. It's like the 6th book.
There are a lot of books, to be fair.
7 books.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure if they say that in this channel, but be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All of that to these lovely ladies, because I've caught up on all their videos today, and it's pretty damn
Oh
fun.
God!
I seriously thought you thought there's no way you caught up on all of our videos.
I watched a lot of them on my lunch break. So everybody come subscribe right here. I personally, no matter how drunk I am, feel as if that they have properly deserved that.
Because
so.
we've been making videos for 5 years.
I'm a little bit terrified right now of what you've seen.
Thank you very much. This has been Drunk Literature reviewing Harry Potter.
Season 3, bitches!